says, consider me your disciple, I will become your disciple and I surrender. So when this surrender happens, when we give everything up to Brahma, to God, God sends us a guru. So the seeking has happened in many lives, or it might have happened in one life intensely. So that applies to everyone's second chapter. Then the third chapter is Karma Yoga. Initially, every being which is born, especially human beings, have to work. We have to learn to work and work hard. One more angle that Lord attaches to that work is detachment and lack of attachment to fruits, which makes it karma yoga, which makes it a completely detached activity. So then Lord goes on to explain to Arjuna that this whole world is falling under a chakra of sacrifice. Why do you have to work, you may ask? Why? Because the entire world is working, entire universe is working. So you are part of that chakra. You have to give and take. Since you feel hungry, since you're part of nature, creation, you have to give in order to get. So that is the chakra or the yajna chakra. So once man understands this yajna chakra, which even the devas do, or the higher beings do, the lower beings also do, once we fall into this yajna chakra, we go on getting ground. We're grinding. So we move and move like a cycle. So that is karma yoga, detached actions constantly. Then Lord tells you, yes, you can get out of this place, out of this chakra, when you attain Naishkarmyata or the Akarma state in that chapter. He introduces Akarma. In the fourth chapter, the Lord takes you to what is Akarma state. When you have risen beyond your body and your wisdom has taken predominance over satisfying the bodily needs, that is the state of Akarma, he says, or the Naishkarmya state. So that talks about Jnana. And he introduces this person called as Jnani, which he had already introduced in the second chapter as a Sthita Prajna. So here he introduces the Jnani, Buddhi Yoga, he calls it. So he says wisdom is very important, and there are various ways of attaining wisdom. And he introduces various types of techniques or yajnas, he calls it, the Lord. And he tells us, look, you have to rise above this chakra if you want to get free. Otherwise, it is merciless. You keep on working and working and working, and you actually, even through that way, you can come out. But the faster route is if you attain wisdom. He names the person as a jnani or a sankhya. These are the words he uses. And then after you become wise, you can stop working in this world. In the sense, you have attained a certain level where your buddhi yoga is predominant, then karma sannyasa happens. Meaning, karma start falling away. So in the fifth chapter, he introduces this concept of freeing yourself completely from whatever karma is there. Karma here involves not only actions performed with the body, but actions also ingrained in the sanskara or inside. So then he explains who's a karma sannyasi and that state of a brahmavit, a person who knows Brahma. So the fifth chapter concludes like this. So this continues into the sixth chapter, where Lord says, now if you want to attain that state of becoming a jnani or a Brahmajnani, one who is united with Brahma Tattva, to attain that state of Naishkarmyata, or you want to be called a Karma Yogi. So observe throughout how the Lord uses the word yogi, 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 along with karma. Otherwise, in Sanskrit, if you want to talk about a person who's working, you just say karmi. You don't have to say karma yogi. So why does Bhagavan Krishna introduce karma yogi? So that he explains that in this chapter. Now, great saints like Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Swami Vivekananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, all these people who are Brahmajnanis, who have realized Brahman. So they say something very fascinating. They say that Krishna introduces the term yogi throughout. Why? Because even for the karmi who's working in the world, he expects everyone to rise above the yajna chakra, karma chakra, and perform some kind of duties which are spiritual in nature. So there is perhaps you do a certain kind of sadhana, meditation, you do some nama japa, you do a mantra japa, and this is prescribed from childhood till end, and every religion does it. A Hindu has to do it. He has to read the Ramayana, Mahabharata, the Bhagavatam. The Muslim has to go down on his knees 5 times, and then he has to do japa. The Christian has to, read the Bible, learn about it, and continuously pray, attend church, and serve, give 1/4 of his money to the church, and so on and so forth. This is what is prescribed. Mm. So Bhagavan Krishna makes it sacrosanct here in the 6th chapter, and that is the fundamental topic of this chapter. He says, look, learn to meditate. If you want to get out of this place, you want to go faster, then karma yoga is an unrelenting amount of years, number of lives. So get into a deeper seeking mode or a sadhana, become a yogi. Here he uses the word yogi very directly, saying you have to learn to meditate. So this shows that a Hindu's original task is meditation. The Gita makes it very clear. It is karma and meditation. So that is why Paramahansa Yogananda says it is so clear that while for the Muslim it is 5 times down, bowing down to Brahma and to Allah and worshipping through the Quran. For the Hindu, it is activity plus meditation. Activity plus meditation. And Krishna makes it very clear here. So that is why he kept using the word karma plus yogi. Karma plus yogi. So what he says is, when you do that meditation, you can do your karma in a detached manner. When you learn to go and seek within, that is when you will be able to rise. And this is since times immemorial, except for the last descending Kali Yuga, which is around 1200 years. We have always had examples of Krishna himself meditating, Arjuna meditating, Yudhishthira meditating, Janaka meditating, Rama meditating. So we've always had people in the helm who are yogis. Even Narendra Modi, for example, right now, we have a yogi, karma yogi as a prime minister. So here, although this pratha was lost, we started saying that, okay, we took yajnas to the helm, although Krishna did not mention yajna so much. He, in fact, was born in a yuga where yajna was already very, very famous. But he says Traigunya Vishaya Veda. He did not doubt. Veda, half the Veda is all about different types of yajnas. Karma Kanda, the first part. So Lord Krishna here is talking about learning meditation. And that is why meditation is very important. It also signifies that at the 6th chapter, this meditation is being taught, which means the person has already attained a certain level of balance in working in the world. And he has to now become a serious seeker. That is, if he wants to attain that state of freedom. If he wants to continue in this world for another 1 million years, you are welcome. That's what Lord's saying here. You can go on. Today I had a question addressed to me in Quora, which asked, how many times will we take rebirth? So that was like, when I was answering, it was laughing. So something like that. We can come here for 1 million years. So, but then Lord is like, make haste, come out, come out. It's an unrelenting task coming back here. So Lord here says, Ata Shashtodhyaya. He starts the 6th chapter, teaching us meditation. Let's look at this. Gauriji, can you chant for us the first 4 shlokas, if you're there?
And Jai Guru. ॐ श्रीपरमात्मने नमः अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवान् उवाच अनाश्रितः कर्मफलं कार्यं कर्म करोति यः स सन्न्यासी च योगी च न निरग्निर्न चाक्रियः यं सन्न्यासमिति प्राहुः